The festival lights flickered to life, casting a golden glow as JJ bounced on her feet, eyes alight with excitement. The scent of chicken filled the air, and spotting the boys devouring their share, she demanded a bite, only to be met with smirks and playful taunts to buy her own. Their teasing game continued until they wandered off, leaving her to huff in mock frustration before giving in. Later, David and Calix confronted her about ditching them, but her sheepish grin softened their scolding. When Calix asked about CN, she scoffed, revealing he had run off to flirt with Raki. As she took a triumphant bite of her chicken, David and Calix eyed it hungrily, nudging her to share, but she playfully threw their words back at them. David countered with a sly remark about gas money, forcing her to cave, only to snatch it back when Mika appeared, watching fondly as Calix eagerly rushed to her. Knowing she played a part in bringing them closer made JJ happy. Soon, David's phone buzzed, signaling it was time to pick up his girlfriend, leaving JJ alone in the lively festival. Shrugging, she treated herself to Yogurino ice cream, savoring the sweetness as she wandered the stalls, until she noticed him. Kiefer. Click. She turned sharply, catching him mid-photo. Accusing him of making fun of her, she was met with amused eyes and a teasing remark about the ice cream on her lips. Flustered, her gaze landed on a plush teddy bear at a nearby stall. Kiefer followed her eyes and smirked, asking if she wanted it. Her face lit up, and at his confident response, "Then let's see what I can do," the festival suddenly felt even more exciting. As Kiefer picked up the ball, JJ folded her arms, smirking as she watched. He studied the game, nodding as if calculating the perfect shot, then flicked his wrist, only to miss. JJ snorted, and when his second attempt failed, her quiet chuckle turned into open laughter. Muttering about the wind and rigged conditions, Kiefer ignored her amusement and threw his final shot. Another miss. A beat of silence passed before JJ burst out laughing again, clutching her stomach. Sighing dramatically, Kiefer turned to her and vowed, "Fine, I'll win something better for you." Arching a brow, she teased, "And what could possibly be better than the stuffed bear you just lost so miserably?" Smirking, he answered, "Battle of the Bands." JJ blinked, caught off guard. "Wait, you can actually do that?" With unwavering confidence, Kiefer declared, "I'm going to win, and I'll give you the trophy." She tilted her head, pretending to consider. Deal. But I'm calling it now, you're totally going to lose." Scoffing, he met her challenge with a determined, "Watch me." Later that night, as their patrol shift began, JJ found herself stuck with Kiefer, of all people, him, the self-proclaimed king of assholes. Shoving her hands into her pockets, she suppressed a shiver as an eerie silence settled over them, unease creeping into her chest. To distract herself, she started humming, then softly singing. Kiefer shot her a look. "You're too loud." Ignoring him, she hummed louder. "The silence is creeping me out." With a sigh, he asked, "What song is that?" She answered, "You're the Miss Universe of my life." Amused, he scoffed, "Isn't that an old song? Why is it your favorite?" Shrugging, she admitted she didn't know, only that it was special. Kiefer eyed her thoughtfully. "Maybe because your mom likes it?" JJ scoffed, dismissing the idea before her voice softened. "I just know it means something to me." Something flickered in Kiefer's expression, making her watch him closely. "Do you know your mom's favorite song?" she asked. Instead of answering, he started humming, a deep, warm melody drifting through the quiet night, stirring something in her chest. As they walked, her unease returned, making her glance around warily, until warm fingers wrapped around hers. Her breath hitched, pulse stuttering as Kiefer held her hand firmly. "Relax," he muttered, not even looking at her, yet his touch melted the tension in her shoulders, grounding her. She didn't pull away, neither did he, and as they walked together, something shifted, something deep, something unspoken. As they walked down the dimly lit hallway, JJ and Kiefer spotted Josh standing near a classroom door, an eerie grin stretched across his face. Suspicious, JJ narrowed her eyes. "What's up with him?" Then, boo! A ghostly figure lunged forward. Instinct took over before they could even process the terror. They ran, feet pounding against the floor as their breaths came in frantic bursts. The next day, the gymnasium buzzed with electric energy as the bullfighters and shark slayers battled for the basketball championship. The crowd roared, and JJ cheered at the top of her lungs. "Let's go! Destroy them!" Kiefer winced beside her. "Can you not scream in my ear?" She scoffed. "This is a basketball game. Where do you think you are? A convent?" Before he could retort, a sharp whistle cut through the noise. A player was down, clutching his ankle. As the coach debated his next move, JJ's expression darkened at his choice of substitute. "Seriously? Coach, you know we're short on players. Felix is a damn good player. Why not him?" The coach hesitated, glancing at Felix, tense but hopeful. Finally, he nodded. "All right, Felix, get in there. Give it your best shot." Determined, Felix stepped onto the court, and with him, the Shark Slayers gained momentum, closing the gap. The crowd roared louder as the game reached its climax, until Felix took the final shot. The ball soared, the gym holding its breath. Swish, victory. The crowd erupted as HVIS celebrated their hard-earned win. The excitement from the game carried over into school as JJ and the boys spent their time bickering and laughing while preparing for the festival. "All right, let me show you how it's done," CN declared, stepping forward with exaggerated confidence to showcase his dance skills. JJ immediately burst into laughter. "What is that? Those moves are so bad." CN scowled but stiffened the moment Rocky entered, his bravado slipping into shyness. Smirking, JJ teased, "Oh, what happened to all that confidence?" Before he could retort, Raki crossed her arms. "CN bugged me to teach him how to do makeup on Mr. Pretty." JJ blinked. "Wait, I already taught him." "Nope, no need. Rocky, let's go," CN interrupted, dragging Rocky away in a mix of panic and flirtation. JJ shook her head. Unbelievable. Just as she checked her phone, a message from Cyrus's mom made her sigh. "She's getting on my nerves." But despite her frustration, JJ could sense the woman's concern, something she never felt from her own mother. Before she could dwell on it, cheers erupted as Felix arrived, swarmed by friends congratulating him. He turned to JJ with a grateful smile. "Hey, thanks for everything. I wouldn't have gotten this chance without you." She nudged him playfully. "Damn right you wouldn't have." Felix chuckled. "All the team captains and even university coaches want me to join their teams. They're offering to train me." JJ's eyes lit up. "That's amazing. Just don't forget me when you're famous." He smirked. "As if I could." Then, after a pause, he hesitated. "Are you free tomorrow?" JJ thought for a moment. "I think so. Why?" "We're celebrating our victory. You should come," Felix said. Grinning, JJ nodded. "Of course, count me in." But then he leaned in slightly. "Just don't tell the others." Raising an eyebrow, she asked, "Why?" Lowering his voice, Felix explained, "Aries is going to be there. If the others find out, they'll want to come, and trust me, a fight will break out." JJ chuckled. "Oh, now this sounds even more interesting." Felix rolled his eyes but smiled. "Just keep it between us, all right?" JJ smirked. "Secret's safe with me." The next day arrived with a rush of excitement as the dance competition took center stage, with JJ and the boys heckling their opponents from Section D. Their jeers were cut short when their team, Jay's Warriors, was called to perform, much to JJ's horror at the name, courtesy of Kiefer and CN. Despite her initial embarrassment, anticipation took over as they stepped onto the stage, delivering a flawless performance that had the crowd roaring with applause. As night fell, the boys roamed the campus, their usual duties giving way to playful pranks and laughter. On the third day, the highly anticipated Battle of the Bands unfolded, with Section C opening the show and CN amusingly revealed to be utterly smitten with Raki, serving as her assistant. However, it was Section E's performance that truly left JJ breathless, especially when Kiefer and Yuri took the stage. Bathed in golden light, Kiefer's usual arrogance transformed into effortless charisma, his deep, smooth voice sending an unexpected thrill through her. In a moment of unguarded admiration, she blurted out a compliment, only to flounder when the boys teased her for it. As their gazes met during the song, An unspoken tension lingered between her and Kiefer, one she refused to acknowledge. When the performance ended, Yuri casually mentioned that they had learned the song just for her, and Kiefer, ever the tease, leaned in closer than necessary, demanding her gratitude. Flustered, JJ barely managed a response before quickly retreating, using night patrol as an excuse to escape the turmoil in her heart. Yet, even as she walked away, she couldn't shake the feeling of Kiefer's lingering gaze following her into the night.